Welcome to a Monday edition of the world famous Shop Talk, the original Shop Talk Live.
What are you doing?
We're going live. What do you mean, what am I doing?
No, I just think that's a weird.
The intro? Oh, just because I've seen some other Shop Talk shows at some of the ISS shows and all that. I'm like, oh, come on. I mean, there can't be a way. I mean, perhaps, maybe.
Did you can put me on?
Yeah, you're on. You need to bring your microphone a little closer to your mouth. You just about finished over there? Taking care of business? We're kind of wrapping our day up. Shannon's wrapping a few things up over on her end. And we're just going to wait for some of y'all to tune in. And then we'll talk about the topic at hand. In which, I don't know how many of you out there outsource. We do just a little bit. Just enough to handle some of the things that we can't do in-house. And we'll talk about the topic, which is, you know, what do you do when outsourcing fails you? Your vendors that you kind of rely on to get jobs done, and when they just start to fail you, what we would do, because we're kind of in the middle of a little something, a little bit of a situation. We're not going to go into a whole lot of details as to who or what portion of our business with the outsourcing it is. That's kind of holding us up, making us look bad. What's up, Rye Beats? Rye Beats is Firthy. B3 Screen Printing, what is up? Oscar Salazar, what is going on?
B3.
Great to have you back. MZ Kitty 1925, welcome. Hello. Shannon, you want to?
I'm trying.
I know that guy's
you didn't
videos.
Set me up. Well, you didn't set me up for success.
I put your chat up.
Is the chat already up? You didn't tell me. Why didn't you not tell me?
I
feel like there's a bit of lack of communication lately.
I got you set up, and get your
yes,
your mouth around you closer to the microphone. Anyhow, Rybeat says, well, we'll get into that here in a moment, but we'll just wait for some of you guys to chime in. Jim Crumby, what is going on, my friend? Welcome.
Hi, Shane.
Shane Clark, what is up? Matthew Grider. Stuff, I was the first to like the video. I appreciate that. Yeah, go over and like the video.
One?
Yes, the live video. You guys liking the videos, sharing them, even leaving a comment, it helps support our channel. So that way it kind of keeps us just kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Relevant. Or relevant. Excuse me, relevant. Yeah, 'cause, I mean, there's a lot of channels to kind of choose from, but however, it's cool though. It's cool seeing all these channels pop up and everybody just kind of sharing their take on things, and I try to watch as many as I can. Speaking of, I'm thinking about doing a little bit of a video that are some of the go-to YouTube channels that I like to go to, and they're I mean, a lot of them are you guys that post videos up, and it'd be cool to kind of share with everybody who I go and watch. What is it?
Well, anti-Semitic says how you get your selling license to buy T-shirts in bulk.
No, yeah, we had.
No, I know. I just the username, sweetheart.
No, yeah, I get it. I don't see what's wrong with it.
Really?
Yeah, they're kind of going for a little bit of a shock value, right? Anyhow, we'll discuss that here in a moment. The House of Garb. Let's see what. All right, we're gonna switch things over, and we will continue because there's a lot of questions already, and we'll dive right into that. So let's go ahead and get this party started. What'd you break over there?
Nothing. The monkey fell over.
Oh, the monkey fell over. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to our little broadcast here that is a shop talk with our shenanigans. And so the topic at hand today is what to do when outsourcing kind of fails you. And this is more, it's not just we're here to we're going to give you a bunch of advice on it. We do have ideas because some of our outsourcing has kind of been falling through the cracks, which really and truly I don't want to eliminate or that service that we don't have in house. Although when things like this come up, it's part of me is just kind of like,
So are we just
I don't
starting off?
Let's go over to the chat because we have some.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm segueing.
All
Segueing,
right.
Shannon. Segue. Don't look at me like that.
I didn't look at you when I did that.
You better.
I didn't look at you.
You better take that look back.
Okay, so what's up, Matthew? Russell, Eastern Shore Screen Printing, right? Russell Burns, the House of Garb said he just, Russell says he just started his website last night.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Sweet. Send the link.
Yeah, drop the
when it's ready.
The link in the. Oh, so you just started. But I mean, whenever it's ready, yeah, feel free to share it with us because we would love to take a look at that.
The House of Garb, he just did it yourself a washout booth.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I think there needs to be more video. I can't really say that I'm going to be the person that's going to go out and show how to make a washout booth because of the fact that we already have one. There's no point in us making one. So, yeah, I mean, I've seen many takes on it from just huge water tanks to bathtubs, like the showers and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the future, if I happen to find something on the side of the curb, and can make a makeshift washout booth. That'd be. Why are you looking? Did Paulo fart? Why are you looking at me like that?
We have one.
That's not the point though. It's just the point of the video would be like, what can you use as a washout booth? But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. Let's go over to the chat because I know there was some comments about the outsourcing kind of failing. Look like everybody's starting to kind of share some of their feedback. What do we got going on, Shannon? What towards the top it looks like.
Rybeats outsourced 2 projects, both jacked. Tio, I don't know if you said hi, Tio, but hi, Tio.
No, not at all. What's up, Tio?
He
Might
got
missed
2.
that one.
I think I'll leave it until we talk about it.
Well, I mean, we're already talking about it. Like, unless you just want to kind of go down the line and read off comments.
Russell says hi from Ella Creative Designs. Eastern Shore, yo!
Hey, what's up? What's going on, man? Welcome. We chat often, like back and forth on Instagram.
Okay, so the House
I don't
of
know if I
Garb
mentioned that before.
says that he outsourced embroidered hats once, and it was a supply of perfect art. And what he received had colors changed, and threads were very loose.
Oh, really? See, situations like that. What is your thoughts about that after, and how much business do you do embroidery wise? And I think something that Shannon and I were talking about earlier, it's like at what point do we stop outsourcing it and just like take control of the quality, even though it's not like we're not planning on bringing in any more new equipment than we already have coming in, because we're not trying to just overwhelm ourselves with more equipment.
And a word was misspelled.
What was?
A word was misspelled.
So, but yeah, I mean, what? Let us know what you guys think. At what point would you even consider something that you do outsource, bringing that in house? I know for us, and Shannon and I discussed it a little bit, and the answer was we're not doing that. We do outsource anything that we can't do. I'm gonna keep it vague because I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea, clients or even some of our vendors that we do work with. But I to me, I kind of feel like one of the things that we do outsource, I'm like, man, we could just, we can do that ourselves and just take that money and put it towards whatever we need to get to make that happen. But however, I don't really see that happening.
I don't know.
Now.
Okay,
Not now.
First off, hi, Dwen from Indonesia.
Who is it? What's her name?
Dwen
Nux. Hey, what is going on? What's up, Flex McKenzie?
Oh, hey, Flex. Sorry, I'm like so lost in here.
Brian, what is going on, my friend? One of these days we're going to talk on the phone. I know you have some advice and whatnot.
Please make it a weekend.
Don't make it a weekend. Weekends, like, we try to make weekends like downtime. Try to.
Well,
it's not always the case, though.
Yeah, well, when you're on the phone for an hour, like, it ends up pushing everything on me.
So you want me to do it during the week?
I want you to tag team with me, baby.
What are you talking about? I tag team all the time. I was on the phone today with Joe and Sabrina. What's up, Joe and Sabrina? If you're watching, you remember seeing that text about Joe and Sabrina? No.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Handled it.
20 minutes.
20 minutes is how long I was on the phone.
I'm being generous.
Yeah. So that's.
Anyways, so
What tag team? Dude. Tag me out. Occasionally.
Anyways, so
hey, well, you want to tell me about this artwork? Yeah. Let me take a look at it. They want this special effect to it. Ooh, I don't know about that. Remember that conversation?
What, the puff?
I wasn't going to say puff because I didn't want to bring it up.
If anyone has any hints on 6-color process on a puff print, we would love to hear it. Actually,
yeah, I'm not thinking that one's possible.
Yeah. Either way. So
anyhow, it's neither here nor there. We'll figure out a solution for it. But yeah, but I think that will definitely take some experimentation. However, let's see. In the chat, you see anything else aside from Rybeats saying that someone botched up a job? I thought I saw someone else say something.
Yeah. The House of Garb, they misspelled it, and all the thread was loose and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, we got to that. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing that one. And then let's see, what else do we have here? Leonardo 2909A, what's up? Yeah, okay.
Mine's like behind.
No, I mean, I think that Jose J. Garcia, what is up? Yeah, I think there's just not. Yeah, I think we're caught up. We've been on top of it today.
First, I want to say, Brian, yes, Mondays suck, and don't take it to heart. I have literally watched Matt set Palons and shirts on fire at times.
What's that
So
got to do with anything? What was the comment?
he smoked like 5 Bellas.
Uh, I'm gonna upload a video here in the near future that is
All the
a little
womp
bit,
womp womp.
yeah, some screen printing fails. So I mean, it happens. It
It's
happens to all of us, really.
it's like the bloopers from a movie, except not quite as funny.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to gather a lot of the clips that I have recorded because we kind of made it a point last year to try and record as much as we could and what is going on with it. There's some of the videos that I need to go back and just kind of find, but we're not perfect by any means. Things that, I mean, even last week, there's things that we're trying to correct, even from last week, this coming week.
Okay, to
And
be fair, that invoice was 17 pages long.
I wasn't even talking about that one. So let's see. I mean, I'd say
Shit, I
on
have to go to that still.
I would say on average, there's I would say about half of them, and it's not necessarily like we messed up on anything. There's being in the service industry, in which it's really what we are, unless you're doing your own shirts. You, at least with us, I mean, we try to make things right. If for whatever reason the client's not happy with it, and we always tell our clients, let us know if you're not happy, if there's anything missing. We'll essentially make things right, because we don't like it, and everybody's a little different. I think there are some people that if there was a shirt missing and it's like a 25 piece order and everybody has a shirt, or maybe a print's a little lighter than others, we would like them to come back. I know not everybody's going to say something,
But therein lies the rub with the outsourcing.
yes. And one of the things about some of the outsourcing here lately, we had a job that, and I'm not going to mention the kind of garments or anything like that. Let's just say that the outsourcing, the colors were wrong. They're just wrong.
They got them wrong.
And it is one of our neighbor, essentially. And so now we're kind of like, we're like, hey, the colors were wrong on this, and it was such a last minute deal. In other words, it wasn't necessarily on us that was last minute. We got the job out like next day to them. It's like, hey, this is a reorder type situation, and it was sitting in their laps for a couple of weeks. And we're like, come on, here's the deadline we said we needed it by.
And I actually put in their hard deadline.
Right, and we called them the day of, and they're like, yeah, they'll be finished today. And then we called them, we're like, okay, well, what time can I come pick them up, kind of thing. And we're like, no, they're not going to be ready today. There's X amount of colors, and it's not going to be ready. Pick them up tomorrow morning. So I called tomorrow morning, and that was the day that they're having their event. They needed the their product. I picked them up, didn't even have a chance to even look at them, got it in their hands, and they were happy. They were like, yes, okay, great. And then they opened it up, and it's a larger company, and so the colors of the branding were completely flopped on one of the colors, which is
My phone
bad.
call was, after I called about it, was, okay, so we owe you alcohol. I'm like, can you deliver it now?
How about you just fix the situation like now? Just correct it, so that way we're not looking like and we had to basically tell our neighbor, we're like, hey, this is one of the things that we outsource. So normally they do a great job, but I think they just kind of been overwhelmed, understaffed.
They're very overwhelmed. But what really sucks on go.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying what really sucks on my end, because I am, the one that always has to deliver the messages.
Right.
I feel like I'm the asshole.
Not always. I mean,
Well, no, if I have to give like the bad news and stuff and be like, hey.
In other words, what I'm saying is you're not the one that's always giving or having to deal with the screw ups.
No, but I'm the one delivering
mistakes.
the bad news.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is I deal with quite a bit of it too. I it that's something we do tag team, probably more so than you realize. Even though you have been doing a lot more of it lately, because I'm like out there doing the production stuff, and so the more time that's taken away from me doing production, it was like we'll start getting behind.
But
And gonna have some more of those conversations of
But haven't you
things being
noticed
late.
lately, all of our stuff has been from the outsourcing? Like most of our bad news.
Yeah,
So there's something to think about there.
this is true. Or they're holding us back so we can complete whatever it is we're doing,
Right.
and therefore, which is either, and we found a
This
replacement
is lagging
person.
hard.
It's fine. I know. So I just updated OBS, so maybe I need to go back and play with the settings some more. Anyways, but the audio is fine at least. So to me, so we someone else came in that is willing to pick up the slack on that, but also I kind of feel like I don't want to be one of those clients that's like, oh, we need, and it's just how it tends to go is people want things at the last minute, and then we're kind of putting this off on someone and like, hey, we need this now kind of thing.
I always like when I have to do that and I put them off onto the outsourcing place, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass. I'm just a pain in the ass by proxy.
Yeah, exactly.
I apologize. This isn't me. This is them hounding me. Pain in the ass by proxy.
What was the thing? One of our clients, which he was, I'm not going to say their name. They tended to do the same thing, and we were kind of. So we outsourced. They were outsourcing it to us, and then there's someone else that was going to them for this. So there's like 4 companies in the loop of going from end user to the person that's actually creating or doing the decorating.
These clients have no idea the headache that we go through.
And everybody's marking it up a little bit to get their meat off the bone, so to speak.
Uproar! All right, we've got
What's
a
up,
lot of stuff
Uproar?
in the chat.
So that's some of the things we've been going through. We'll talk about it some more. We're going to go over to the chat real quick, see what some of your comments are. Perhaps
Hey, Print It.
y'all can share some of your experiences. So I still would like to talk about some of our options as far as that goes. At least what's going through my mind.
Well, Brian, he said he did a brown puff pectorals for a Sasquatch that turned out pretty cool, but only one of the parts puffed, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those deals where I'm mixing maybe 2 or 3 colors to get some flesh tones, but also I'm not even sure that it would even work with it being a spot process deal. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to kind of maybe either reduce some of the colors down, and it's not an overly complicated graphic. It's not the most simple thing, but when it comes to spot process and doing puff, I don't know. Maybe we'll experiment with it. I just don't want to experiment and it being a disaster and them not being happy with their experience with us, rather than just being like, hey, here's an idea. We can make the text and the money on it. Maybe we can make those a puff print rather than trying to make the entire thing a puff. Because to me, the puff is part of the design element of it. Is there's certain things you kind of want to stand out. Like I think the text and the money in that design would work well. Why are you laughing? What's so funny over there?
I was entertaining myself and you glanced over. I guess you didn't notice what I was doing, but that's perfectly fine.
I did. You were like kissing the microphone or doing
something like that. I don't know. I'm
faces
entertaining myself. I'm tired. I'm really tired.
The microphone over there. All right, let's go back over the chat. See what
Anyway,
else we
Shane
got.
says we should compile a list of reputable businesses to outsource to. Problem solved.
I think that's a great idea.
We can have our own
we've
little like club.
we've just had such a good run with our current people.
Yeah, this is the first time it's going on.
I mean, they're just behind, and so I'd hate to. I mean, we're gonna have to do something. I mean, we already have someone else that we're starting to work with to kind of help pick up some of the slack.
A little
However,
more expensive, but they're willing to flip it so much faster for me.
Right, and the only other thing is, even though we've seen pictures of quality of work and all that, it's just when you start working with a new vendor and your name is behind their work, that's something that's kind of out of your hands, then it becomes a little touchy in the sense that it's it's nerve-wracking.
I remember the first time that we outsourced, and after that, I was like, "We're done. We're done. We're done."
Oh yeah, because that was we had a client that
We lost the account.
yeah, we wanted some samples done, and we were just gonna have them DTG it because it made no sense for us to do. It was like how many designs? It was a lot of different print designs and screens that need to be made, and I'm just like,
But it was gonna be like 1,000 pieces orders of each, so
right.
we kind of wanted to take it and run with it, but we weren't gonna like do the screens for every single one of them. So
And
this
they were
guy,
in New York.
yeah, and we had this contact, this guy that we were doing the what?
I'm just thinking of when I Skyped with him. He was in the subway in New York, Skyping
We
away.
Skyped him, like, oh god, we lost. But anyways, we lost the account because this guy we had been working with. We were doing his separations for his actual films and things like that. He's like, I got a DTG printer. I'm gonna do it for you guys. Perfect. Ghosted.
Yeah. And
Completely ghosted and completely ruined our name and everything with that account. And it was going to be 1,000-piece orders of each of those designs.
Yeah,
and it destroyed that account, and that was the first time we had outsourced.
I had outsourced before.
That's the first time I had.
Yeah, your first experience.
My first experience was yeah, you get screwed.
And then I was telling you, I was like, yeah, we should expand the amount of services we do because we can outsource this, and that, and you're like, no, which was completely understandable. But it's luckily where we have been outsourcing things that we can't do in house, we've had some pretty good luck. I mean, we've had maybe 1, 2 at the most mishaps over the past year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Until this month.
Well, now it's just a matter of time because everybody's wanting their stuff now, and we're like, we're giving them those couple of weeks, and if it is a week turnaround time, we'll let them know. But they've changed their policy too. They're like, hey, we're down a person, and all orders are like 14 days or whatever it is, and yada yada. They changed their pricing and stuff like that too. Not just on the singles. It went from like $12 to $25 on the singles, the typeset stuff. I don't know if you saw that email.
Oh, Diane's gonna be pissed.
Oh, oh well. I mean,
because we didn't even set up an invoice yet. He just kept kind of like chunked the stuff at us.
And we're still waiting on that one too, aren't we?
They're both getting done this week.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean that's some of the things the headaches we've been going through. One of our vendors we do quite a bit of outsourcing to. I know we must do at least close to $1,000 a month with. I'll have to go back and check the books on it, but to me, I'm like, why don't we just buy the damn machine and do it ourselves? And I
said no.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to go back, and we might have to not now, but if these issues keep arising, having the control over the quality or the time and all that, and because it's setting us back too, because we got to screen print the other portion of it. Well, time to get Michelle out in the shop more often. Hey, Michelle, do you like doing this?
No.
Yeah, and there's things that we can do. Perhaps when's the next Monday? What date is that? Is that
I think it's Christmas Eve or something.
Is it? No, it's not. It can't
Close
be.
to.
It's close to it. I think perhaps maybe what we should do next video is just kind of think about how we can improve and kind of share what we've gone through this year and some of the things we can do to improve, because we're by no means perfect. And
My New
I
Year's
think,
resolution is to put more details into the client files.
see, there we go. There's some things that we can just kind of kick back and forth. So yeah, the outsourcing deal. I mean, it's either, in my mind, is just telling clients that want those particular things that, hey, you're gonna have to wait 15 business days, when before it was more like 5 to 10 at the most. Let's be like, okay, well,
Well,
this is gonna take this long.
to be fair, you put those 5 to 10 at the most when we were still out in the garage. And I keep meaning to. That's my fault too, though. I keep meaning to rechange those things and legalise it, put some boilerplate into it. So that part is my fault. But those time bases were when you were not as busy, and it gave you some breathing room with when you were outsourcing.
I'm just trying to think that, because I mean, we generally do tell people about 10 business days on average, I would say. If the workload for the week kind of isn't as heavy, but as soon as something like that comes up, then what ends up happening is someone drops something in our lap last minute, and they're like, hey, shirts are delivered today at this point at 2 o'clock, we need them tonight, or whatever the case may be. It's those kind of things that are really just kind of pushing everything else back too.
There is that.
Yeah, so some thinking to do, because we've just been rolling with it, and I don't think we've had a moment to like catch our breath and really
And this is our slow season.
Think, hey, maybe we don't need this extra contract job.
I'm taking him.
Or if we're gonna do
taking
it,
today's guy.
we're gonna mark it up 100% of what we normally would charge, and if take it or leave it kind of thing, because I mean, it's not fair to us. However, sometimes you're like, oh yeah, I can just work that much harder, and we'll have some additional cash flow.
Well, yeah, you can always work that much harder, but at what expense?
Yeah, but
First, at what expense?
Yeah, and that's what I was getting into, is the fact that then we're just burning the candle at both ends kind of thing, and we can't keep that up on a consistent basis. Yeah. So yeah, welcome to the screen printing life.
Tired.
You think we're tired? Like today? Today we're tired?
I think this month we're tired.
Yeah, today's been a little exhausting mentally. I wouldn't necessarily say physically, at least for me, but mentally. It's been pretty exhausting. But let's go over to the chat.
I'm a freaking genius and I'm always mentally exhausted.
You are a genius.
But I'm mentally exhausted.
Well, yeah, I mean, one person can only handle so much. Let's take a look over at the chat and see what we've missed. So last thing I think we had mentioned, Uproar said hello. Dwin Nux. Let's see, I think before deal with outsourcing, we can ask for an example. Result for and end of the result right.
No, I mean, for example?
You can ask for, you can go to their place and then take a look at their work. Not everybody's going to do a sample.
Okay, say for embroidery, though, they can do a sew out.
Yeah, I mean, they tend to always do a sew out. Well, depending on who it is, really.
Unless you just think that, unless they just take the ball and run with it, and you have to start screaming at them, stop freaking experimenting on the actual hats.
Yeah, there was that order.
I'll never forget that. I'm like, stop freaking embroidering on the hats and saying, this one didn't come out good.
Yeah, do a sew out, and even the sew out looked jacked up, and then they started the embroidery.
Without the say so, and then they were like, yeah, it's coming apart at the seams, and here's what the last cap looked like. We've tried it on 3. Here's 3 caps, and I'm just like, stop experimenting on the goddamn caps. Please use some of your samples.
What's up, Print It to Win It?
I said
Let's see, Brian tried to outsource with a sub while you're doing work for them. Hold their production for ransom. You want your shirts? I want my caps.
That's my spiel.
As far as our embroidery goes, they screen print themselves, so that's not even going to happen. And most of the people that we outsource to, we do work back and forth, but it's not always we have something in house while they have something of ours. So, yeah, Brian, PETA BP. I'm not sure what that means, but pain in the ass. But I don't know. All right.
Pain in the ass. I'm not gonna go where I thought that was gonna go.
Okay, Mike Scudder.
Ever have issues with AA Eco Fleece light hoodies? Found small details don't show well. Have to rework an entire. Ooh.
I would just take hoodies as a general rule of thumb, trying not to do anything too overly detailed. I mean, we do at times, but the trouble that you can run into is just because the knit is a little more kind of open, so to speak. I would say just stay on the safe side. Not that you can't do some intricate stuff on hoodies, but hoodies too, like if you're eating the cost of hoodies, then chances are depending on how you price it out, you could be losing some money there. But I would just try and not go know what your limitations are, really. I would say
I will say this though, stickers. If you guys ever need a sticker place, even with Rush, because our next thing from Jose is talking about he never does Rush for outsourcing, but even with Rush, sticker beats.
Oh yeah,
is amazing.
Yeah, they've done some great work.
And I've asked for it for Rush, and they just shoot. And there it goes. And everybody's always been really happy with stickers. I'll tell you that. Sticker beats right there.
Yeah, that's one of those
I think we need to pay an
ASI things too. Which I don't really recommend ASI all that much because we don't do a whole lot of promotional products. At least not stuff that we can't screen print in-house ourselves, like towels, bags, um, tote bags, those kind of things. But like the pins, the what were some of the other things that people were inquiring
speaking of,
about?
Daniel, you never emailed me back.
What was it? What is he supposed
Daniel
to email you
Foster. Like, he asked me for some advice.
about? Maybe he got busy. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look and see what else is being said in the chat.
Okay. After Jose, we've got Kevin. He's saying hi.
What's up, Kevin?
Late as normal. Brian.
Oh, no worries. You're just getting into the meat and potatoes.
Brian says Josh at Tulsa GSG sent me a different puff additive sample I still have yet to try. I'll try it and record it when I print it. Their swatch had 1/8 of an inch of puff.
Cool. Well, we'll have to
let us know
hook
when
up
you
with GSG and
and also let us know when you post that video so we can maybe see if we have any advice for our future clients.
The weird thing, I wouldn't say it's a weird thing. I just would prefer to keep the puff stuff like just simple. It's an awesome thought. Like I had never thought about doing simulator spot process with puff. I don't know what I'm not really at this point like gun ho for experimenting with something we could potentially waste a lot of time on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't feel like experimenting right now, and I have been bugging you all year to try that sublimation thing.
I'll do this. There's so many samples out there that are hanging out.
They had a handwritten note
waiting for me to do a review or give it a try.
Yes, but this was when I asked you to do.
I get that, and most of the videos that are uploaded is we have a job in, and I'm going to show you how I go about doing this kind of a situation. Versus, that's why I'm kind of ready for Christmas and whatnot to come around, so I can have a little time to experiment or even do reviews with some of the things we have been said. What day? What now?
What days do we get off?
Oh, that's a great question. Didn't you get the memo, Shannon? I sent it to you and Michelle.
You don't send me memos. I check all the emails. You don't even look at your email anymore.
Oh yeah. No, that's because you got a good handle on it. And
I really don't, because
I've been production guy. I'm production guy.
Yeah, but then there's things that
production guy. Let me take a look.
I follow you around like a duckling, like telling you about the things that you need to actually look at yourself. And I told you, check your email, and you go, I don't want to. You handle it. And there are things I cannot handle.
I've checked the email earlier. What are you talking about?
Really? Talk to China?
Have I talked to China? She emailed today?
No, she's emailed in the last couple days since I told you to talk to her.
No, I did talk to her. Remember, she came over and took a look at the proof.
And that's when I said to start talking to her.
No, I hadn't had time to. I've been printing, dude. Been printing. Okay, so as far as taking days off, well, crap. So Tuesday is Christmas Eve, huh?
Oh, hell.
And then
I have no presents.
I would say New Year's Day. We'll definitely take New Year's Day off. Maybe do like a half day on the 31st, New Year's Eve.
I have a doctor's appointment on the 2nd.
And then Christmas week. Christmas Eve. I mean, we can come up here, and if someone calls, great. If not, then whatever.
I want to spend the day baking.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I'll come up here and I'll man the fort a little bit, at least half a day. And then the 26th, 27th, I mean, I can come up here and just kind of keep an ear out on the phone. I'm definitely not printing anything after the 25th until Monday rolls around. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. I see it just being quiet those 2 weeks, really. So we'll just kind of have to play it by ear. We're not going to have like a full-blown work day on those days.
House of Garb says, how do some of these shops send out crappy work and think it's not going to be looked at? Easy, it's cheap.
I mean, it could be they're overwhelmed. You know, I can't necessarily say that we haven't been overwhelmed and sent out the best quality. Shit happens sometimes.
I can't remember who sent me something, but it was this, I guess it was a picture, but whatever the kids call it. But it's this fine detail when it goes from, you know, quality versus price, and it's this fine detailed horse into it becomes a stick figure type thing.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like quality, price, and speed. Like you can pick two kind of thing.
Well, it wasn't a triangle. It was just quality versus speed type thing. And it was in the beginning. It was, you know, this beautiful horse that was like, you know, finely drawn.
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, I did too. I can't remember who sent me that, but
I'll have to toss that up on Instagram and Facebook.
Well, if you can find it, I don't remember who sent it.
I'm sure we can just Google it and
whatever. Okay.
Probably pull up. What else?
What else?
All right, let's go over to the chat because it's starting to get.
I've been trying to.
It's getting closer to the 8 o'clock, and I'm
closer to margarita hour.
Starving like Marvin, girlfriend.
I'm so tired.
My belly button's touching my feet. It's just never mind. Keeping it kid. What do you mean? You're over there GDing it.
What's GD?
Never mind. It's a kid-friendly program, not.
I'm so tired. Oh, the House of Garb says they freak out over. They've only been open for a year and a half. They freak out over a small pinhole. So do we.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm at the end to catch them. But it's really hard to tell Matt when he's already in a bad mood about the print.
Well, here's the thing. Like with the automatic, you're going, and it's like, there's a pinhole. And I'm like, okay, I got to crawl underneath the thing, tape it off. And then I'll keep going. And she's like, there's still pinholes. And I'm like, you got to give it 8 more shirts because that pinhole's on all those shirts before it can, you don't see it.
You know what? I go to at least 9 before I mention it again.
You don't see it on the automatic
I go to 9.
Until it goes through 6 stations and comes back around.
Go to 9 before I mention it again.
And then...
I'm like, you missed it!
Yeah, and then it's... Sometimes there's enough pinholes to drive you crazy.
Quality control comes with a lot of resentment.
And it always tends to happen when, I wouldn't say always, but the part that kind of really stinks about taping up pinholes is when you have a 6-color job and you have a couple whites and a gray, and you're like, man, is that gray or white? I think it's white on the white base, and you go to each station to check it, and it could be lint or whatever, and you tape it off, and then Shannon, it's still there! Tape it off! I was like, man, I thought I taped it off. Whatever.
And me on my side, I'm like, oh, he's taping up pinholes. Thank God, I get a break. Let me check my email.
Oh, no, so
Let me change the music.
I'll do the sample runs, look for something, and then eventually the tiny fine pinholes, the ink finally starts working its way through. And I was like, okay, I got to stop it. And then eventually 20 more shirts down the road, I'm like, okay, everything's getting warmed up. Print's looking great. You got a pinhole.
See, I'm telling you.
How is
I get quality control gets no appreciation.
Oh, no, you do. Quality control really hadn't been out in production here lately. You've just been busy in here.
Oh, really? What do you think?
Yeah. You've been busy in here. Or have you not?
Anyways, so
So you haven't been helping me out because you don't want to?
no, I think I remember quite a long time out there with you last week. Anyways, so Kevin Wallace is cringing at the Crush shirt because he keeps looking at it and he's cringing about copyright.
What about it?
B3 screen printing. Do you guys still print job tickets or just Printavo now?
Just Printavo at this point.
Yeah.
We I haven't even been printing anything out. Shannon still likes to kick it old school and look at the printout. I just turn the computer monitor on and I'm like, okay, I know I have 18 larges and 20
It makes it more efficient for
XLs.
counting because I could check them off. And I don't have to actually keep going back and forth from the computer to the actual thing. I just have the paper in front of me.
To each his own.
Yeah, well, to each his own. Yeah, and I'm the one like mostly counting the shirts now, and so I said mostly, and so
Oh, I wasn't gonna negate
no, but
that.
we don't use the job tickets though really anymore.
Yeah, it's just
The Printavo took over the job tickets.
right. It's just kind of more cost. Print. I mean, we're already paying a good amount of money to use Printavo anyways. So I mean, if we can keep our paper costs down, and although that system worked pretty well, I think we
had it down.
We got to a point towards where it's like, crap. Okay, we missed somebody, and we're like, hey, did you forget about me? Where's their job ticket at? Kind of thing. So I think and it's not that I think. I should probably stop saying I think. It comes down to the fact that it helps us keep more on track and not let anybody slip through the cracks. Although not all the print, there's human error. You know what I mean? There's human error. There's software that they're constantly fixing. Not to say that Printavo is constantly fixing bugs, but occasionally stuff happens.
I've actually like emailed the owner / creator, president, whatever, of Printavo and be like, hey, these are my feedback things. When are you gonna fix this?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody here knows who Bruce is because they have a pretty steady YouTube channel. So
yeah, so every now and then I'll just email Bruce and I'll be like, hey, look, this is like what's irritating me about this. Are you fixing this? Are you gonna do this? I need this. And then he'll be like, I'm sorry, this is actually in the works at the moment. I'm like, perfect, and we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it. We couldn't justify
I just like talking to CEOs.
We couldn't justify it before because of the expense, and we didn't really need it. It was more of a luxury, but now it's become a necessity to an extent. Don't you think, Shannon?
I think it would be a crack addict going to rehab.
Since we're shouting out Printavo at the moment, and that's who we are using. I just put a link down. If you are considering getting Printavo, use that link there, and essentially what it will do is it'll kick a referral fee to us, so we're not having to spend all this cash on. And because you guys
love us.
Yeah, I mean, if you refer a shop, you get $100 credit towards your $150 or $250 a month, your bill. So that would definitely help us out. And I haven't really done any videos on Printavo. Reason being is Printavo does want us to do some videos for them, but we've been busy here. And
I keep promising that we're gonna do them.
We're gonna help. Essentially, we're getting commission for doing the videos, but at the same time, I kind of didn't get to it right away because I was wanting to help support Cam, And I know he's still working on his stuff. And we talked about it back and forth, and he thought it was the deal we have lined up.
He called me.
He had his opinion about
He
it.
called and I answered and we started talking, and then he was like, I want to talk to you about like, using the software I've set up, and I went, He's
Oh
like, what? I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
we signed up for Printavo yesterday.
yeah. Because we were
I'm sorry.
waiting,
I felt bad.
and then we just got all set up with Printavo, and went through the motions of setting things up with the kind of beta testing to help Cam out, and he's still working on get it, and I think it was great because he got a lot of feedback and has started revising some things. So I can't say that we'll. I don't know. I haven't really tried many softwares, and switching over to something else can cause a lot of headaches. When you say, Shannon?
I was reading chat.
Why would they say?
Oh,
Brian says, Matt, wait, look. All right, let's see what else is going on in the chat. We are a few minutes away from 8 o'clock.
y'all need some help and get your own equipment.
What?
From Chris Richardson.
Who are they talking? Who are they talking to?
I'm not sure who they're talking to, because we have,
maybe
equipment.
what was it about the outsourcing and then getting help to run the equipment? I don't know.
We're not getting a damn embroidery machine.
I think it'd be a great idea.
I think it'd be a great idea maybe 10 years in the future or something like that.
10 years?
Maybe 5.
Psh, psh.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a couple other dreams I'd like fulfilled first.
Yeah, how those dreams are going to be fulfilled is with that cash money coming in. I do too. Hell, I want to build a hot rod. Don't you worry, Shannon. All your dreams will be fulfilled. Do those dreams take money?
Hey, Jurassic. Hey, Oscar.
We need to make more. That will help out.
Hey, R. Tio, off-topic question. Have you ever had a customer that you delivered the shirts but they never paid? How did you deal with that? You want to talk about Kelvin?
We've only had that happen once. The only clients that
Kelvin
don't pay when we deliver are those that we have a business relationship established with them, or we have a PO, or they're just longtime clients, and sometimes it takes them a moment to pay. There hasn't been a whole lot of people that have not paid us. There was one job, and I'm not sure if we talked about this before, but they needed a rush order. Guy from Louisiana, I forget the name of the company. The guy's name's Kelvin. This is when Houston flooded a couple years ago, and he didn't put anything down. Although on our end, we spent about $200 on garments, but we should have been paid $1,200 for the order.
But the thing was, it was during Harvey, and so we were like really, we were in the mentality that everybody else in Houston was of, just helping.
Yeah, and then the other thing too is he's like, you can trust me. I'm, man of my word, yada yada yada. And he stiffed us. Even when I went to drop the shirts off, he tried. He's like, "Oh man, I got to go to the bank," kind of thing. Follow me. He tried losing me in his truck, and he didn't lose me. And we went to the bank. And he's like, "Oh man, because I'm from Louisiana. We got a new bank account. I'm waiting for some things to clear. Here's my credit card number. Don't run it until 3 o'clock or whatever it is." And I was just like, okay. So I mean, we lost out on that, but
yeah, and we called several times. First couple times he picked up, and then I got on the phone and I was pissed and I went legal on him.
We
And then we researched BBC, the BBC, BBB, not BBC. That's a channel.
BBC is a whole different
Yeah.
thing. You might,
But the BBB, the
results might vary on that one.
Would you like to continue?
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Well, you've ruined my role.
Sorry. I still think we should do the collections on him at least.
Probably. We should. Except I
Mhm.
can't remember anything except his name was Kelvin.
Oh, I got pictures of his business card.
All right, well.
His invoice.
Yeah, but anyways, his the BBB rating was that he had stiffed just about everybody. Didn't show up for any of his hearings with that, organization. So maybe should have done our research, but it was still like kind of shitty that he took advantage of Hurricane Harvey, where hundreds of people died,
Oh yeah.
to do that.
Yes.
Because we were in the mentality of we're gonna help everybody right now, just like everybody in Houston was Houston strong. We're gonna help everybody. So yes, we have been stiffed.
Mm-hmm.
And we basically handled it as fuck.
Yeah. Kevin Wallace, I appreciate you mentioning that. I'm not going to take on I was hoping to, but I'm going to hold off on doing it until a little later down the road because, as Shannon was mentioning, she has some dreams that she wants fulfilled, and I want to do my best to make sure those are fulfilled before I do something that I want to do that costs money. So, and I don't mean that in a bad way, Shannon. We got plenty of time to do a car project. Let's see what else we got here. Have we unveiled the new press? We have not. We're holding off on it until after the holidays because we
have no choice.
No, it's because I told them to hold off because we don't have any room to put it here, and then their scheduling just didn't work with ours, and so I'm like, well, let's do it after the holidays, and then here comes ISS show in which all their texts are going to be tied up, and so therefore it's not going to be till later January, which is fine. I just was hoping to unveil it sooner, because I know we've been talking about it for a while, and it's starting to become one of those unicorn things. So,
and I feel like it's gonna be so anticlimactic, just because no matter what it is now, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, that's it." Not like getting like disappointed, but
I think
okay.
I think a lot of people will be excited.
I think a lot of people will be too, but it's just gonna be like there's like such build up, but there's only so many presses you can get, so you just go, okay, so that's the one.
I think it might be.
I'm still taking bets, guys. If anyone knows how to form a pool, I don't know how to form a pool, but if anyone knows, I'm still taking bets.
GoFundMe pool.
I don't know how it works though.
I don't either.
Am I the house?
Do
I win if they're wrong?
That'll be your thing. I'm not gonna.
Okay, that's how it works. I'm the house. If they're wrong, I get the money. If they're right, I pay them.
Yeah, but there's only so many ways you can guess. There's only so many. I mean, off the top of my head, I'm thinking of 5 right now.
Okay, you know what? Horse racing. You got 6 horses out there.
So whoever wins the pot or guesses correct, they split it up. So
No, they split it between.
It sounds
them
like
and the house.
gambling. I don't know.
It is gambling.
Well, we do not promote gambling. We are not going to set up anything for gambling. I just want to. I get the whole.
It's friendly gambling. That's legal.
I get the
It's
whole.
not professional gambling.
Yeah, but YouTube, come on, babe. Come on, don't get me demonetized over here. We do not promote gambling
We do not
whatsoever.
promote gambling.
As a matter of fact,
email me personally.
I'm going to leave. If you do have a problem with gambling, I will leave a phone number in the chat. You can just call us and talk to us personally. And we'll try and get you through this horrible disease that is gambling.
You're making me blush. Like really,
All
my
right.
cheeks are hot.
Well,
We've got more things though.
I'm seeing warming up chicken.
Rick, Merry Christmas to you.
Happy Monday, Larry. Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of touched on everybody's stuff. So that Shannon, that's basically me saying I'm hungry, and
That
aren't you
definitely
ready to
is.
go get something to
Hi,
eat?
Legent.
I ran out of water long ago.
Oh, they're just going crazy.
Oh, you can prank call anytime you want to, Kevin, because little do you know we're pretty witty and know how to turn things around.
My favorite thing is to tell. My favorite thing in the day is to have scam artists email me, and then I develop whole new conversations with them. I'm like, I apologize, because they want 2,000 white medium Gildan 50/50 blends, and I'm like, unfortunately, we are at war right now with another print shop, and we are currently using all our white medium Gildan 50/50 blends to be catapulted, soaked in cat pee, into another print shop, and after that,
You,
they're putting out a very strong resistance. It's very brave, but it's only a matter of time till they surrender,
there you
and
go.
then it's only a matter of time until we have a monopoly on the screen printing. And then we're going for world domination, and we will remember that you use cervical cancer patient victims.
You see what you did, Kevin? If you want to hear that on the phone, go ahead. Feel free to prank call.
Well, I didn't tell it as well as I did in the email. I write better than I speak.
That I don't even want to call. Like, I don't even want to show up after hearing that.
Well, I don't want to ride in the car with you for margaritas now.
I want to get out of here. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys. It's been a lot of fun. I know that the chat's still rolling in and all that. If we did,
Sorry guys, we're tired and we're hungry.
Yeah, if we did miss this, if we did miss your question or comment, we apologize. It's 8:08, and we're ready to call it a day for ourselves. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe. If any of this information was helpful, or you like what you're seeing here, just give our videos a like, and also leave a comment down below, because that does help us kind of stay relevant, and just feeds your feed whenever you do subscribe and all that. So is there anything you want to say there, Shannon, before we end this little live session here? Are you still in it? Are you
I'm just
You're thinking?
Good night, guys. I'm very tired. I am so tired.
All right, gang. Y'all have a good one, and we will see you guys next week. And just keep an eye out for some more videos. We'll see you guys later.